I'm now going to speak about times which, when it comes to students of knowledge, times which they waste. And they take these times very lightly, but it takes a lot of their time. And they spend so much time in it. The first one is when it comes to visiting people. A lot of students of knowledge, or seeking knowledge, they're either extreme exaggeration or extreme negligence. Gathering, meeting with people they love, and socializing. This is something that is become very common among students of knowledge. And that, to be honest, is wasting time, not only yours, but also wasting other people who are looking at knowledge as a very important thing, who admire knowledge, who want to learn, who are with you because they love seeking knowledge. وَلِذَلِكَ there's a very beautiful speech from none other than the great Imam Ibn Al-Qayyim rahimahullah, when it comes to brothers gathering and socializing. He says when brothers socializing is two types. The first one is there are people who socialize, they love to be in gatherings. Why do they like to do that? Is because it's mu'anasatu tab'a. You enjoy the presence of this person and you want to waste time with them. This person, when you're with them, it gives you that happiness, that joy and all of that. The harm that comes from that is more than the benefit that you attain from it. And the bare minimum in harm for that is that it harms your heart. That's the bare minimum. The second one is, and also it wastes your time, he says Ibn Al-Qayyim. The second type of gatherings, or second type of socializing, is that you guys gather together for successful things, to advise one another good and patience. He said this one, of course, without a doubt, has the greatest form of benefits, and it's a ghanima, it's a booty for you to get. But even that one, which you guys are meeting to advise one another good, to advise each other patience. But this one, even this one, there's 3 harms in it. Even that one, there's 3 harms in it. Which is what? The student of knowledge, when he meets the other student of knowledge, each one will adorn himself for the other one. He will wear certain clothes. He will make himself speak in a certain way. He'll make himself look good. And he beautify his words and etc. And because you think you're good, you're calling this person to good and you're benefiting this person in terms of their akhirah, and they're doing the same for you, you guys start talking more than what you need. The third one is, it becomes a norm. It's the third harm. Now this becomes a norm. You say to the person, brother, let's meet up tomorrow again. Let's do it again. And it becomes something you keep doing and you keep doing and you keep doing when the aim and the objective is now gone now. So brothers, I really want you to understand, Ya طُلَّابَ الْعِلْمِ, the students of knowledge, ittaqullah, fear Allah tabarak wa ta'ala regarding the people. And all you students of knowledge who are studying and seeking knowledge, your time, give it importance. When it comes to seeking knowledge, avoid socializing too much. That one, there's more harm in it than benefits. It will destroy your heart and it will waste your time. The second one he says is what? This is the one that you and a good brother, you meet, or a few brothers and you meet, and you guys are working towards success and prosperity for this dunya and the hereafter. You guys are talking about at-tawasi bil-haqq, you're talking about the truth and khair and akhirah. Was-sabr, you're talking about patience and good things. No doubt there's a lot of benefit in that one. But even that one has some harm in it. The first harm he mentions, each brother starts to adorn himself for the other brother. He starts to speak a certain way. His voice, his vocabulary, the way he carries himself, he changes that. You start mixing with each other more than the need. And last but not least, it becomes a norm. It becomes something you start practicing on a regular basis now. You make it a schedule and a routine. One of the beautiful statements I also read is what Al-Allamah Ibn Al-Qayyim rahimahullah mentioned from his shaykh in his kitab Madarij al-Salikin, the second volume. Ibn Al-Qayyim mentions this in his kitab Madarij al-Salikin, the second volume, page 202. Ibn Taymiyyah spoke to his student and he said to his student Ibn Al-Qayyim regarding a matter that is permissible. Wallahi, brothers and sisters, if you learn this qa'idah, it will benefit you in the course of your life. Ibn Taymiyyah said to his student Ibn Al-Qayyim regarding a issue which is permissible in Islam, it's not haram, it's allowed, it's mubah. He said to him, هَذَا يُنَافِ الْمَرَاتِبِ الْعَالِيَةِ. Even that though it's permissible, it goes against the high levels, it goes against high aspiration, it goes against that top stage you can attain. Even if leaving that thing is not a condition for success, but it still prevents you from high levels. Allahu Akbar. That is one thing I want you, طُلَّابَ الْعِلْمِ, to understand. Some things might be allowed in the religion, but you are a student of knowledge, it's just not a good thing for you. It's just not a good thing for you. Just leave it. Even if it's allowed, you can prove it's allowed, you have evidences to allow it, because now you're a talib ilm. Leave it and avoid it. Ibn Al-Qayyim said that to his Ibn Taymiyyah said that to his student Ibn Al-Qayyim. Also, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah said something similar in his Majmu' al-Fatawa, the 10th volume, page 405. He said, leaving the people when it comes to fudul al-mubahat, it's mubah, it's allowed, it's not haram. Leaving them off, and that which doesn't benefit you, by staying and avoiding them. He said, فَذَلِكَ مُسْتَحَبٌ, this is a recommended matter. Student of knowledge, the minute you have to start getting away from socializing and meeting everybody and being in the circles of everybody. Ibn Taymiyyah also said, the student of knowledge requires times that he's alone. Ibn Taymiyyah is saying this, that he's separate from the people. He's alone. في دعائه, in his dua. وذكره, in his remembrance. وصلاته, his prayer. وتفكره, in his thinking. ومحاسبة نفسه وإصلاح قلبه, in accounting himself, like what did I do today? What did I say today? How was I performing today as a Muslim? Was I getting closer to Allah, or did I do things that distanced me from Allah? I need to perfect myself in these certain things. That's what the person does. Ibn Al-Qayyim also said in his kitab, Bada'i al-Fawaid, this kalam of Ibn Al-Qayyim, he says, going overboard in mixing with people, it's a cancerous action. It's cancerous, brothers and sisters. Wallahi, listen to this. It's not me, Abdulrahman Hassan, saying this. Mixing with people a lot. Ibn Al-Qayyim is saying, it brings about a lot of evil. It drags a lot of evil to you. How many mixing with people and staying and socializing with people has blessings been removed? And how many animosity came from people socializing? That if you just wasn't there that time, this problem wouldn't have happened. How many people, brothers and sisters, that happens to? Brothers and sisters, it increases animosity and hate. It increases in your status and your position going down in the eyes of the people. Always available, always willing to do things. And it's not even good. ولذلك ابن قدامة المقدسي رحمه الله, he said in his kitab مختصر منهاج القاصدين, أن عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه, he said, take your portion from al-uzla, meaning secluding yourself from the people. Masruq rahimahullah, he said, it is upon a person to have gatherings where they're alone, secluded from everybody else, where the person remembers their sins and the shortcomings that they came with, and they ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. So brothers and sisters, the first thing I've come to see that students of knowledge waste their time is when it comes to socializing and mixing. The second thing that the students of knowledge a lot of the time waste their time with is al-ishtighalu bi umurin mafdula, busying themselves in things which are less important. Somebody has more important things to do, but they preoccupy their time with things which are less important. For example, you find a person, he read for 1 hour, or he came to a class for 1 hour. He benefited. He saw some benefits in himself. What does he do? He spends 5 hours wasting time now. You've benefited for 1 hour, but 5 hours you're going to waste. This is common amongst a lot of people. You spend more time just, alhamdulillah, I did 1 hour for knowledge, alhamdulillah, that's all that's needed. Why don't you seek knowledge for 5 hours and relax for 1 hour? Some of you might say, but doesn't a person not need to relax? Relaxation is needed, but it's needed biqaddarin, not unrestrictedly. A person, for example, they read for 1 hour Quran, or he memorized a verse or 2 verses, or hadith or 2 hadiths in a day, and then he says, I don't want to make it hard on myself. I memorized 1 verse, I've memorized 2 or hadith or 2 hadiths today, so I don't want to make it heavy on myself. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to relax, inshallah ta'ala. I'm going to take the whole day off. It is true that the people are different in their abilities. And of course, everyone needs time to relax, maybe do something, come back, and no doubt. But you're working towards enhancing the number of hours which you spend benefiting yourself and seeking knowledge, right? Not reduce it and put it down. وَلِذَلِكَ Ibn Al-Jawzi in his kitab Talbisu Iblis, one of the things that he mentions is that a person will be happy and sufficient, happy and enjoy in 1 benefit that they benefit, or 2 benefits. And then shaitan enters that person's heart and he says to them, you're upon good. Your other people like that, they didn't even benefit that 1 benefit that you did. And then he says, relax now, you take the whole day off. And that the person wastes his time and does that. So this is another thing that students of knowledge tend to, or people tend to fall into. And so it's a matter which we need to avoid. And if you look at the great scholars of Islam, they were different to that. Shaykh al-Islam Taymiyyah, look what he said. A lot of people, when it comes to Islamic sciences, the different knowledges that are out there, they haven't been given that nur in their hearts, which Allah Ta'ala guides and gives to whoever He wishes, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So a person, Allah has blinded them, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all of this knowledge and all of these books, all it does to them is confuses them. It's like, what's this about? Nah, this is confusing, man. Ibn Al-Qayyim, Ibn Taymiyyah here is saying, فَمَنْ نَوَّرَ اللَّهُ قَلْبَهُ, anyone who Allah enlightens his heart, هَدَاهُ بِمَا يَبْلُغُهُ مِنْ ذَلِكَ, Allah guides him to what will take him to that path. وَمَنْ أَعْمَاهُ, and the one who Allah blinded him, لَمْ تَزِدْ كَثْرَةُ الْكُتُبِ إِلَّا حَيْرَةً وَضَلَالًا, the large number of books they have, it will only cause them confusion and misguidance. وَلِذَلِكَ الذَّهَبِيُّ, he said, rahimahullah, in the tarjama of Uthman ibn Sa'id ad-Darimi, he said in it, knowledge is not what the more you memorize. It is light Allah places in the person's heart, and the condition for it is to follow and to run away from desires and innovation. But why did I mention these two statements? What was the reason I mentioned it? The reason is because if one of us looks at these books, gets a book and looks at it and ponders on it, you will realize that the proof of Allah Ta'ala is established on us. That these large books that we brought, these lessons we listen to, these lectures that we listen to, the proof of Allah has really been established on us. And if we don't organize our time to benefit from these books, or we don't organize our time to benefit from these lessons, this is going to become from the things that are going to work against us the day we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.